The NBA Draft Combine is about to begin in a couple days.
If things go well, he has a chance to become the first ever Filipino born to get drafted into the NBA.
I just got my last paycheck with Saski Basconia. It was bittersweet because I wished I played more games for the team. Maybe we could have gone to the playoffs and done something special, but we're about to say our goodbyes instead. Nonetheless though, it was a great opportunity for me, and I want to give a huge shout out to all my teammates, the coaching staff, especially the fans. Yeah, I wish everybody the best moving forward. Now back home, the first thing that I did with all the money that I accumulated was a no-brainer. I retired both my parents, and remember that mortgage that we had in the beginning? Yeah, that's been paid off as well. And after that, you already know I can't forget about the community for the love and support that they showed me. That is why I helped facilitate a whole new basketball gym to be built in Ninoy Aquino Boulevard in Tarlac City. In this gym, everyone can work on their game and even hold province tournaments. On its opening day, I organized a friendly game and every Tarlaqueño and Tarlaqueña showed out, and even people beyond Tarlac was present for this game. It was pretty dope to see all of my friends out there in the stands because they know me for being a shooter, and now when they watch me hoop, they see the maturity, they see the strength with that easy money lay. I mean, it's a friendly game after all, and it's nothing serious, so I took a break from shooting all them threes and just decided to take it to the basket. And oh, by the way, we had a special guest all the way from the United States, and I'ma tell you all about him later because he had a crazy poster. Speaking of posters, I might have increased my vertical while playing in the EuroLeague because when my defender got lost in the sauce and display, I had a crazy poster as well. By the end of it, the event was successful and everybody had a great time. It was a perfect way to let everyone from the city know that there's a new basketball court and they can stop by anytime they want and lace it up. And if y'all don't already notice as well, I wouldn't have done this without the help of Reebok. See, the night Saski Basconia lost to Paris during that play-in tournament, I had a conversation with one of Reebok's representatives. And this is how it went.
What's good, Jon T? I'm one of Reebok's representative. Shaq and I seen your game against Paris. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm not even gonna lie. Obviously, I'm pissed. I wanted to win that game so bad.
I get it. Losing is tough. Shaq's been there, and so does Allen Iverson. But what all of them have in common, their authenticity, their relentless drive to succeed, and being family-oriented. Jonathan Tarlac, you are exactly what Reebok embodies, and we would be so lucky to have you be part of the team as the first Filipino-born Reebok basketball athlete.
Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, I appreciate you guys reaching out. Give me a couple days, I'll talk to my family, and I'll give you guys a call back.
Looking forward to hearing from you. Anything you need, let us know. We'll make it happen.
The Reebok brand made some noise the past year after announcing that they're making a comeback in basketball. And first order of business was to sign Angel Reese out of the Chicago Sky to kickstart the rebuild. The WNBA has been making a tremendous impact not only in the world of basketball but also for women's sports. And that's why Dejanay Carrington was another great signing for them. Do y'all remember the special guest that I was talking about at the friendly game? Well, his name is Dink Pate, and at 17 years old, he already played in the NBA G League. And finally, to round out Reebok's roster of professional athletes, they decided to sign the high-flying power forward out of the Chicago Bulls, Matas Buzelis. Reebok saw the potential in these athletes not only on becoming a rising star, but also because of who they are as individuals. Without a doubt, as an underdog representing Tarlac City, Philippines, this is where I want to be. Now, before everyone left during the opening day, Reebok's representative surprised me with a ceremony for my jersey to be hung up on the ceiling of the gym. And they said that this is to remind everybody who steps on that court to go after their dreams and never forget where they came from. Not only that, Reebok actually came through and made 3 custom shoes exclusively for me. Ironically, it's the Answer 4s, and these 3 colorways represented my journey so far in trying to chase the NBA dream. Now, all of the colorways are cool, but I personally love the LaSalle University colorway just because the gold symbolizes the championship that we won back in UAAP season 87. With all that being said, apart from signing with Reebok, I had to go find me an agent who's going to help me navigate through a busy schedule, as well as logistics and potential negotiation talks. Yeah, I'm gonna need a team because I won't be able to do this on my own. That's when I met Timothy Guerrero, a great spokesperson, and I can tell he's built for this job. He told me all that mattered was maximizing the best opportunities that's out there for me. He's all about seeing me and my family succeed, and that's important to me. The very first thing we had to figure out as a team, the NBA Draft Combine.
Let's go ahead and talk about sports. David, what's buzzing in basketball right now?
Well, the Philippines are definitely buzzing after finding out that their homegrown athlete Jonathan Tarlac has been invited to the NBA Draft Combine. After an up-and-down season with Saski Baskonia, he's looking to impress NBA scouts and general managers as they get to see the kid from Tarlac City up close in person.
Let's not forget about the 7'2" center Yang Hansen, who aims to become the 9th Chinese player to get drafted from China. We might actually see these young phenoms play against each other at the Combine.
You are absolutely right. Jonathan Tarlac was selected to play for Team Williams, while Yang Hansen was chosen by Team Domercan. I'm looking forward to seeing both of them play. Let's hope for the best. Anyways, let's talk about the Kevin Durant drama out in Phoenix.
A couple days before the draft combine, the NBA officially released my scouting report. They got me ranked 152 and they expect me to be undrafted in the upcoming NBA draft. Not only that, they gave an insight about my strengths and weaknesses, and what really had me shook was when they said I don't even pass the ball at all. To be fair though, the report was pretty informative because they even talked about my stats when I played for De La Salle University. And honestly for me, averaging a mere 6 assists while playing small forward for the team ain't all that bad. The scouts also downplayed my scoring back when I was with DLSU just because they believe the competition isn't the same like in the NCAA. However, that statement quickly changed when they talked about my performance for Saski Baskonia with limited minutes. At only 19 years of age and averaging 17 minutes per game, I was able to contribute to winning basketball. Because keep in mind, I played 14 games for Baskonia, and out of those 14 games, we had 11 wins and only 3 losses. During my time playing in the EuroLeague, the international scouts marveled of how mentally tough I was with all the controversy surrounding my 9 games of no playing time. And because of my level of professionalism paired with my attitude and relentless drive to continue to get better every day, that's what persuaded NBA scouts that they need to see more of me. The NBA Draft Combine has finally arrived, and on day number 1, they mainly focused on our physicals. And for them to identify our capabilities or skill set was very important by doing different drills. And with the first one being the stationary or catch and shoot threes, it's actually my bread and butter. The only time I felt like I was messing up was when it came to the dribble pull-up mid-range. Which is weird cause getting buckets is all I know, but in order to become a pure scorer, you gotta have all the elite skill set, and dribble pull-up middies is one of them. That's something I gotta continue to improve on in order to be great. Drill number 3, we stuck with the midi, and this time it's all about the post fades. I was comfortable on this one even though there were some misses. Matter of fact, I wasn't letting any of my misses bother me, it was always about the next shot. And watching Russ, Kobe, and Carmelo Anthony at such a young age, you gotta have the same level of confidence in every possession. I seen a couple general managers looking my way. So when it came to showcasing my finishes at the rim, yeah, I was locked in. Like I said in the beginning of my journey, I'm a 3-level scoring guard. Yeah, after all these drills, I did rise up the ranks from 152 to 91. But with no interest from teams, I'm still projected to go undrafted. I mean, every player invited in the combine can literally make the shots that I made. speaking of the players invited, before everyone left the arena, I was able to chop it up with projected top 3 pick Dylan Harper. And even though he grew up in the States and his father being Ron Harper, his mother is a Filipina, he fully embraces his Filipino heritage and he's super proud to be part of the Filipino community. We even got a quick flick for the culture and he basically told me to go make history for the Philippines. And hearing that from Dylan himself only motivated me because the real showcase is gonna happen now.
The NBA Draft Combine scrimmage starts today, and what a matchup this will be between Team Williams and Team Domercant.
Philippines' Jonathan Tarlac will be starting at shooting guard, and he's paired with Javon Small at the backcourt for Team Williams, while China's Yang Hansen will be manning the middle for the opposing team.
It might only be the Combine for some, but there's a lot at stake for these young fellas, especially the one they call the kid from Tarlac City.
The very first possession against Team Domercant, they already were targeting me at the paint. But they may not be aware that the level of physicality out in the Philippines hits different. They got me matched up against my fellow Reebok friend Dink Pate and I might have to lock him up. And for this ball game, I heard all about the negative talks regarding me not passing the ball, so I'm gonna be out here playmaking. Yeah, I don't really mind passing the rock and that's what I want general managers and scouts to see. Also in the Combine, it's not about who scores the most, but it's all about being a great teammate. Now I'm not gonna lie though, I was a little bit hyped when I was matched up against Dink Pate and with my first isolation opportunity, I had to take it to the basket, but unfortunately, he had a pretty good contest. We just gotta stay level-headed because we gotta remember that all these players right here are chasing after the same dream. Early in the second quarter, after a great defensive stop, I finally got my first basket. Shout out to Javon Small for throwing me that alley. And hopefully with that bucket, I start to get a rhythm. Now on our squad, we actually got a decent center in Maxim Reynau, but Yang Hansen's defense was just too much. We had to make up for it as a team with another great defensive stop. When we got that fast break opportunity, I ran straight to the left corner and look who matched up with me. With him being 7-2, it's time for us to cook, and this step back 3 though? Yeah, I caught myself looking back at him and I had to throw them 3s up. Pate wasn't doing bad either cause he's taking full advantage of him being taller than me. As much as I wanted to return the favor, I gotta show the scouts that I'm a better leader. Lifting your teammates up, being coachable, and having good body language is very important for general managers to see. And that's why I was more than happy seeing Javon Small do his thing. After the first half, we were up by 11 and we had a momentum going into the second half. It's time to secure the W and that's exactly what I was trying to do. With the late contest, you already know that's a bucket. Yang Hansen on the other end is rejuvenated and he's about to put on a show. And with the momentum slowly shifting their way, I have to do something just to keep the team afloat. But Hansen's dominance is starting to show and there's no wonder he's being dubbed as the Chinese Jokic. He bullied his way to the post and there's a huge possibility that his rankings would rise up as well. Because not only he can do it in the paint, but also outside the perimeter. Don't even get me started with his defensive potential because he was clamping our big. And to really ruin our chances of winning the game, point guard Boogie Flan just decided to take over. One of the more shiftier guards in the rankings, despite his stature, he was doing his thing. You know when a player just loves to hoop when he's showing raw emotions. And that was the summary of the second half. Basically, Yang Hansen and Boogie just dominated. I had a double-double in that loss, scoring 18 points and dropping 11 dimes. And what about my rankings? Well, it went up from 91 to 76. My agent told me after the game, Minnesota Timberwolves just contacted him. And if I don't get drafted, they're gonna give me a 2-way contract. Getting that first call from an NBA team is a blessing. But a 2-way contract is still uncertain. I would rather get my name called in the draft.
Despite the loss from Team Williams, Jon T had an impressive outing after dropping a double-double with 18 points and 11 assists.
Reports are indicating a team from the Western Conference are showing interests. Let's see if he can continue this momentum.
The second scrimmage began, and this time we're going up against a gritty squad cause they was fouling early. They were led by point guard Mark Sears, who's been rising up the ranks as well. And during this game, more off-ball plays were ran for me. I guess coach was trying to remind these scouts that I'm a knockdown shooter. The intensity of this game felt like everybody was trying to prove something, and the way Jon Small fought for the ball though, and the way these guys were dunking, the basket was feeling that same type of energy. And what about me? Well, the mindset is to ramp up my offense a little bit just so I could help the team win. All those drills that we were doing during day 1 of the combine, I was pulling it out of the bag. One of my main highlights before the first half ended was when I went for the pump fake and I had the open lane for the dunk. Now, you know I can't forget about getting my teammates involved, and they wasn't even expecting this pass to Jon Small for the 3. Even though we were trying to push the lead further, Mark Sears had other plans when he hit this tough lay over our big man. We didn't waste any time on the other side to call a post-up play for Maxim Rainout, and he hit this fadeaway. We wanted to win this game so bad I had a conversation with Jon just to make sure everyone's on the same page. From afar, it may look like it was a conflict, but we built a brotherhood where we gotta keep it real with one another. One of the final plays of the ballgame, I was able to confuse the defense and almost hit a crazy alley to Maxim. He couldn't convert it, but luckily he had the putback. We won scrimmage number 2 in convincing fashion, and even though I was the focal point on offense, we did not let up on the defensive end, and that is why we had a lot of offensive opportunities. Oh, and what about my ranking? From number 76, I was able to make it to the top 60 as the number 42 ranked amongst all prospects. Some of these top seeded teams are looking for a gem in the second round, and I could be an option. My final stats for that ballgame, I scored 26 points and dished out 8 assists. Yeah, I worked hard on both ends, but we still got the last scrimmage.
Jonathan Tarlac has finally entered the top 60 prospect rankings in the upcoming 2025 NBA Draft.
Top-seeded teams picking in the late second round have started to show interest towards the Filipino-born sensation, but would other NBA teams follow? Everyone loves an underdog story. I'm rooting for this kid.
It all comes down to the final scrimmage, and after this game, my rankings will be finalized. I also can't believe I'm saying this early, but I might have found my rival in this ballgame. Yeah, I just lost him on defense just now, but thankfully I was still there to contest. Both our teams are neck and neck cause they got a combo guard who's super athletic as well. He must have heard about me passing him at the rankings, and so he's trying to take me 1v1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure their game plan was to take me down cause my rival right here, Miles Bird, was absolutely taking control of the ball game. The reason I've been calling him my rival was cause every time we were on the court together, he'd be talking smack to me low key. And with me being competitive, I'm not gonna let that slide. Both teams showcased a balanced scoring, and they got this athletic big and Yannick Conan. I even had to guard him at one point after switching on defense, and he immediately called a post-up cause this was a mismatch. I wanted to get my get back so bad cause when I saw him right in front of me, I decided to take it to the paint, but he blocked it. The first half ended with a tie ball game, and that only meant that we have a lot of work to do. I've been efficient shooting threes for this scrimmage, and this was the game-tying shot. The same level of physicality continued on in the third quarter. Only real hoopers understand when that elbow's hitting your chest, he's basically letting you know that he's not backing down from a fight. But the thing is, I'm not just doing this for me and my family. Yeah, I mean, I got a whole country behind my back supporting, rooting for the kid from Tarlac City, and that means something. To be inspiring the youth, for them to believe that it's possible, yeah, that's enough for me to lock in and stay the course cause ain't nobody stopping me. In the closing minutes of the fourth quarter, I had a crazy highlight play where I made a steal and Jon just threw it back at me for the alley-oop. My threes made the headlines though as I shot 5 for 6 efficiently behind the arc. Team Lazar was actually leading towards the end, and I just had to figure something out in order to give my team a little bit of momentum. With all that being said, after all these NBA draft combine scrimmages, I hope I was able to give general managers and scouts a small sample size of what I could become in the league. And my finalized ranking, from number 42, I went up another 14 spots and became the number 28th best prospect in the upcoming NBA draft. Now, to really solidify my chances of getting drafted, I accepted all pre-draft workouts from all the teams that were interested. It's going to be a crazy long trip, but we're going to be starting from the West Coast, and the grind continues. The Golden State Warriors. During the 2024 free agency, it seemed as if the Warriors and Klay Thompson couldn't find a deal for him to continue his time with the team. Without a doubt, he's going to get his jersey retired and might even get a statue outside Chase Center. Stephen Curry and the Warriors wouldn't have won without the Splash Brother. They completely changed how basketball is played with small ball and the amount of three-pointers each team has to take. It does feel weird because it was the end of an era, and it felt like every time number 30 was out there, number 11 was always beside him. They ended up signing Buddy Hield to replace him, and in the beginning it seemed like it was a good move. With the addition of Jimmy Butler as well, they are looking for one last championship run. Now, during my workout with the team, Jimmy Butler was actually present because he wanted to observe the potential player that the team will pick. And with them holding the number 1 draft pick, they are looking for somebody who can contribute right away. They're not at that stage where they're looking to develop young guys and rebuild. They want to get Stephen Curry his ring number 5. Matching up against Butler also made me realize how far the gap is between me and him because he's an all-star, all-NBA. They even tried to double me to see how I would react in these situations or how I would defend a player when they put me on an ISO. I used to be the one shaking and baking, and now I'm the one getting lost in the sauce. Overall, I feel like I had a solid workout, understanding that they have a different style of play as a team. If I do slip in the middle of the second round and the Warriors are on the clock, if they choose to select me, the Philippines would absolutely go crazy. Because the love that the Warriors receive out there is just a whole different level. But nothing compares the love that they have with the purple and gold. Out on the west side for my pre-draft workout number 2 is for the Lakers. They also made one of the biggest trades, if not the biggest trade in NBA history. Luka Doncic in a Lakers jersey is something people never expected to happen. With LeBron's retirement coming in soon, the Lakers just secured their future. If you're going to be playing for a squad like this, you gotta be ready to catch and shoot and make sure you knock it down. When I arrived at the Lakers facility, I seen a lot of familiar faces from the NBA Draft Combine. I was able to reunite with my fellow backcourt Javon Small, and he was literally cooking as well. In all honesty, the Lakers' main concern right now is that they need a big man. But they can definitely use some more shooters or a spark plug off the bench. Unfortunately though, I might have fumbled this opportunity in LA because I really had a bad shooting slump. And what I mean by bad is horrible. Because the shots that I feel comfortable with and the ones that I make every time are the ones that are missing. And what about my rival Miles Bird on the other end? Well, he's been doing the total opposite, making the right reads and being patient with the ball. And this wasn't the only LA team where I feel like I didn't show my full potential. The next morning, I was out in Inglewood and I'm at the Clippers facility now. And man, let me just say the Intuit Dome, the Clippers arena is phenomenal. Even though they've always been considered as the little brothers to the Lakers, I wouldn't mind being on this team because that just means we'll be underdogs. And to learn from a scoring purist in James Harden and a defensive monster in Kawhi Leonard would be a blessing to be around with. The only catch though was that I'm still on my shooting slump. Now the Clippers got the 30th and 51st pick in the upcoming draft, and Yang Hansen is looking to be selected. Showcasing his post-up play and offensive he really wants to be a part of this team. We were put on the same squad and he was giving me open looks. I wasn't just making them. When I know I missed the shot that I usually make, I just try to make it up on the defensive end. I try my best to get back to my rhythm, and every time I feel like I hit a move that I always do, it still misses. Even Mark Sears from the opposing team was doing his thing being shifty, and he hit this crazy floater. I then told myself, you know what? I'm not gonna force any shot. Let me show these coaches that I can adjust despite having a bad shooting game. I'm gonna let my opportunities flow through the offense, and that's why when I had this alley-oop opportunity, I slam it with authority. And finally, after all those misses in Crypto.com Arena and now in Intuit Dome, I finally gained back my shooting touch. And next up is the Valley. The Phoenix Suns have been involved with a lot of drama surrounding Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. And honestly, trading for Beal looks good on paper, but overall as a team, it just doesn't mesh. Despite that though, they are still elite players, and I wouldn't mind learning behind Devin Booker and the former 31.3 points per game scorer in Bradley Beal. In terms of KD though, the Phoenix Suns for some reason are trying to trade him. The whole team is in a tricky situation. Are they going to try and rebuild, or will they try and push through this team? But what's really awkward right now though was that they paired me with Miles Bird in this pre-draft workout. But yeah, I could care less about this rivalry cause I just had 2 bad workouts with the Lakers and the Clippers. And if it meant we have to hash things out in order for me to get drafted, that's all I really care about, honestly. The workout in Phoenix was okay, but this next city was the one that I've been really waiting for. My favorite team of all time, the Oklahoma City Thunder. A team that's mainly built through the draft. Now, I've been watching OKC since the Westbrook, KD, and Harden days. And right now, they got a new sheriff in town, and his name is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. OKC embraces the culture of brotherhood, and that's something I want to be a part of. Remember, I'm a 3-and-D type of player. I can shoot the 3 and I can defend as well. Not only that, everyone on that squad would want to see me succeed, and I'm more than willing to learn from them cause even at a young age, they are super elite. And it's all because of SGA and how he leads the team. On the day of the workout, I'm paired with 2 other prospects as well. The first one is a small forward named Brooks Barnhizer, currently ranked number 49, but don't let that rank fool you. He's an absolute dog. And we were also joined by 2024 lottery pick Nikola Topic. You know I had to fully lock in because if you ask me to pick a team that I want to be a part of, it's definitely OKC. Yeah, I was able to get a glimpse of projected first round pick Thomas Sorber, and I had to throw him this lob to really see what he's all about. All 3 of us clicked pretty well during the workout because there was a play where I passed it to Brooks and he didn't even have to let me know. And that wasn't the only time because when I had to steal against Nikola Topic, I had a no-look pass to Brooks Barnhizer again. He just couldn't convert it. But I almost forgot that they got a lot of guards playing my position. Would I really have a spot if they select me? Yeah, I'm just not trying to think about all of that right now because I'm just soaking in all this opportunity that I'm receiving. All I could say is I'm back at my full form in these workouts, and this team that I'll be working out for next is the first one that actually believed in me. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Another team that's very intriguing, led by none other than Anthony Edwards. And if I could be on the same squad as the Ant-Man, that would be crazy, to be honest with you. At only 23, he's already being dubbed as the next Michael Jordan, and he's only going to get better. Out in the Twin City, it's me versus Miles Bird yet again. And this time, I'm not letting him get the upper hand because it's time for me to let these guys know that I am him. The Minnesota Timberwolves got the 17th and 31st pick, and if they could use that pick on me, I would be stoked. Apart from OKC, this was definitely another workout where I felt like I was doing my best, hitting tough shots, showcasing my full capabilities. It definitely was a movie out west, and now we got 6 more teams out east. And 4 of those teams, the Bucks, Cavs, Celtics, and Magic, are nearly identical. The only interesting thing that happened out east was when I visited Barclays Center. This is where the NBA draft happens, and just thinking about the possibility of fulfilling my NBA dream can be so inspirational to many Filipinos. And speaking of the Brooklyn Nets, they are in full rebuild mode. They got a lot of draft picks that they could use in this 2025 class, and they are looking for a star for their team. I actually believe Brooklyn could be a place for me to start my career and sort of build up my career along with them. Brooklyn got that blue-collared, hard-working type of energy, and that reminds me so much of Tarlac City. I just feel like Brooklyn is an underdog as a team, and they have so much to prove, and I want to be a part of that. Finally, after a couple weeks of traveling, this was going to be my final workout, and it was for the Charlotte Hornets. Now, this team has been flying under the radar for so long, led by LaMelo Ball. The continuous youth in this team does bring a lot of excitement, but winning is something Charlotte has been looking for quite a while now. Melo hasn't even hit his prime yet, but he is a top-tier point guard for sure. And for this final workout, ironically, I was paired up with Dylan Harper. His college teammate Ace Bailey was supposed to make an appearance as well, but he decided not to show up. We haven't got a chance to play pickup anyway because in the draft combine, the top picks aren't invited for the scrimmage. But we clicked either way just because we had that Filipino connection. If the top 3 teams pass up on Dylan, Charlotte is definitely getting him at number 4, but I wonder what the dynamic would be with LaMelo. On my side, if I'm not picked in the first round and I'm still available for Charlotte, they might end up selecting me as well. Yeah, I worked so hard throughout the whole NBA draft combine process and all of these pre-draft workouts, but was it all worth it? Will teams actually give me a chance? We're about to find out.